The worst 19-inch rack ever built. The tutorial. Today, we are going to build my 19-inch rack. Here on the side wall, I left a little bit of space open. And that is because I want to put a rack, two 19-inch racks in here that go into the wall. The fake wall, not the real wall. So today, you see the side panels already. Yes, I'm cheating. It's not completely DIY, but I think I've done enough DIYing on this place to call it a DIY studio. I went to the shop, they cut the wood for me, and now with those building blocks, we're going to build a rack. So this should take about an hour, and then we're good. Okay, so first steps I'm doing is putting in these blocks over here, just to make it a little bit more cheap for myself, because I had these left over, so I'll use these brackets for later, but I forgot to get more and I don't want to go back. So I've got these 8-centimeter blocks because that's the space I want to keep before we put the bottom plank in. What's going to happen is this is going up like this, and then this is going on top of these. Then I just need to do the same over here, and then this is going here. Okay, then as you see over there, that is basically going to be the main construction. So now I need to drill a couple of holes here where I can screw this in. Put that back up, make sure this is completely snug. And it is, because an actual pro cut it and we didn't do it ourselves. I think I need different screws. Yeah, these just keep on turning. And the screws keep on turning. Too high. I knew it. Maybe these gypsum screws. See if they work better. Yes, it apparently does matter which screws you use. Okay, let's do the other part, the other side. Over? Oh wow. Maybe don't take advice on how to build stuff from a random guy on YouTube that claims he knows how to do everything but actually messes up very badly because he wants to make 700 videos and build a studio in a week. Okay. Do I want to do the brackets? So I don't have screws in here, but it's like, I don't really care anymore. Moving quick. Hopefully it's also going to be good. Would we this snug or recessed? Recessed? Could be nice. Adds a bit of depth and shadow.
Then you can put LED lights on here.
Okay, that was off camera just now, but I've got one major rule for this entire studio build. LED lights are strictly forbidden in the studio. There will be no LED strips in this studio. Absolutely not. Then to make sure it's 2 centimeters from the front, just going to put in these blocks. This is super handy. This is 2 by 5 centimeters. 1 inch, almost 1 inch by 2 inch. That gives you a measurement that's really easy to keep uniform throughout the entire studio build. So now we can keep this at a 2 centimeter distance. By making it recessed, you don't see these screws because they're going to be behind the rack here. Go one more plank. Right in the middle. 48 points. So you need a little bit of play, not too much. 48.2, so 48.5. So 49.3, I need to drill. Plus this, of course, 51. What I did not do is measure the inside first, which was 48.3, and then measure on top, measure from the outside. But then you get 18 millimeters from the MDF extra. So then it moves over 18 millimeters. I did not do that. That's why there's no hole there. think next time I would cut 2 planks of 48.5 and then just slide those in so you could keep it exactly how it should be. Right now, I'm just going to put this right side up. Yeah, that is not strong enough. I think we need to glue also. I think I'm going to name this video the worst 19-inch rack ever built. The tutorial. It actually went. Saw that? I do think we need the brackets if we're doing this glueless. Not clueless, but glueless. I am clueless though. Maybe if we put the top plate on, it will be. So this is the finishing touch. Still need to cut it to the exact size. It's been in my attic for a while, so it's not the greatest piece of wood that I ever lived. Maybe I overshoot it. Could that be nice? Mm-hmm. We do flush on the back. We overshoot it a little on the front.
Yeah, I like this.
So you get the lip there. I think I am a fan of I don't care if this is ugly inside, you know? I think I am a fan of putting brackets in on the back and then just here, here, there.
That's it.
I really don't care. Those 4 corners, so it's sturdy enough so I don't have to glue. And then also putting a couple of better screws in. First, I'm going to need to cut that. It's not straight, but that just means it has character. Is this actually too short? Huh? Wait. This is, oh, this one is slanted down. Okay, that sucks. Okay, so because I'm not too confident in how strong this is going to be, I'm going to use a couple of brackets on the back. Like, it's not the most beautiful from like a perspective of cabinet making. I hate myself sometimes. Okay, let's do the bottom first, because then we have gravity on our side. It goes through perfectly as well, wow. Yeah, I went through it again, and it's not so sturdy. And then the final finishing touch. I don't even remember what I've built from the rest of this oak panel, but basically it's the same oak as on the speaker stands. So we're getting a similar set, which I really like. So that's going on the top, and then we should be done. 4 centimeters, so that has a high chance of going through. And this is 3.5, so that might stay safe. I'm saying might because, well, we've seen what I did on the sides here. I do not want to repeat that on this top surface. You can see that it has been laying on my attic for a couple of years. Completely lived a life. And it's bowling. Still, I think it looks good. That's a rack done. Put it where it needs to go. Doesn't fit. Imagine. And now it doesn't fit. And then the very last step to finish them off, we need some rack wheels. Otherwise, there's no gear going in there at all. So I've got these longer ones, and then I've got 4 shorter ones as well. Right. Slight issue here. That's not the right height. So I somehow need to take something off of that. Perfect. I hope you like this video about creating the best, perfect, most amazing 19-inch rack for your studio gear. If you try yourself, you now know how not to do this. So yeah, if you want to support me with this studio build, there's a couple of affiliate links down below. Maybe get yourself a nice 19-inch rack from Thomann or KMR Audio Germany or the UK, because with the code Thomas5 you get 5% discount at KMR Germany and the UK. So with that you help yourself to a rack that doesn't fall apart and doesn't have split wood like this, and you help me build the studio of my dreams over here. That's it on my end. I'll see you in another video. Later!